Hey guys, I'm going to show you something. I'm about to show you some checks I've been getting every month since these checks began in December 2008. I think the first ones I got were actually in January of 2009. So we are here towards the end of 2014. So basically, you know, we're closing in almost 6 years. This is going to be hard to get through, guys. We're closing in on 6 years of me being dependent on these checks I'm holding in my hands, and I am not dependent on these anymore. And I want to show you, I can't show you all our personal info, but I will show you guys the date. You see that? 10/13 of 2014. So, and I'll even show you the company here, because I've built a very significant team at this company. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says Global Domains International, and you're gonna watch me. I haven't opened these yet. You're gonna watch me open these 3 envelopes right now. And I mean, guys, I know about what's in here. I have to be careful what I show you. So let me just show you. I'll show you. I'm opening one envelope here. If you guys can see this. I just want to show you this is real. Okay, you guys see how this envelope is not open? Okay, now I'm going to pull it away so you can't see all our personal details, and I'm going to show you what's inside here. So here's one. Here's the other 2. I'm just going to open these a little bit quicker now. It's tricky when I'm holding all these envelopes, but guys, I have a really good point to this. And here's number 3. Because I'm going to show you how we've removed the slavery of being attached to these. These checks have become like a job to me, where we were so dependent on these checks for so many years now that these checks were as high as about 10 grand a month at one point. They're not there now. They've been dropping for like at least 2 years, maybe possibly 3 years. I think these started declining, yeah, around 2011. So about 3 years they've been on the decline. At one point, I lost a big leader in this company, and I'd stopped putting people in because I was just dependent on like 3 big leaders. And I lost one of my big leaders, and for 6 months straight, these checks dropped by $500 a month for 6 months. So that's 3 grand. So we were doing, you know, 8, 10 grand. You drop that by 3 grand, you're down to like, you know, 5 to 7 grand range instantly. And it actually started it stabilized at some point there, but I had taken my focus off of this company somewhere around, somewhere in geez, I have to place all this together. I think somewhere in 2012, the end of 2011. I don't remember, honestly. So I'm going to take all the envelopes out of here now, guys, and I'm just going to check the envelopes on the floor. So I have to be careful now, though, because this has a lot of our personal info on it, and I don't want this stuff exposed. So what I'm going to do is separate the checks on these things. So these are, what can I show you? I think I can show you this right here. So I'll just block out the top part because I don't know what you can see here. So guys, this is a piece of paper, and the check is on the bottom here. Right here is the check, and I think, can I show you the check? Yeah, just my name on it. There's nothing you can do with this. So I will show you the check on this first one here, and you will see it is made out to Jason Cardamone, and it is for, what did that say? $565. Oops, sorry, I'm not even showing you guys. $565. So you guys can add this up, and I'll maybe add this up in editing or something. So we have $565. So what I'm going to do now is just pull these other 2 checks off so you don't get our address and everything that's on the statements. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay, and I'll show you all these checks in 1 second here, guys. So there's 3 of them, and I'll explain why there's 3, guys, because when we first got in this company, they had a policy where, so my sponsor in this company actually had 5 positions stacked on top of each other. When we got in, you could actually do that stuff. We didn't feel right about stacking too deep because we were going to block our sponsor out of everything. So what we did, we had 2 positions initially, myself, but we actually did the whole business under my wife's to start, which is, right here is her check. So let me let this go. Kimberly Moore is her name. And then here's her check, which right now is $856. You guys can see that. And the first one is $565. And then here's our other one, which is slightly bigger. And this is actually goes to a company that we formed, which is Kim's Internet Enterprises for, what is that, 918. So basically we're looking at, what, about 1,400 plus 8. Geez, these are down to like 22 or 2,300 now. I was going to say I think these are about 3,000. They've been dropping a lot the last 6 months or so. So this about 2,200 guys, or what, I don't care what here. Just so I get the numbers right, because I know some of you guys are going to like, oh, he's misquoting and all this stuff. So 918 plus 565 plus 856 equals 2,430. Okay, so I was way out. So $2,400, guys, it represents a chunk of our monthly bills. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. Up to the last couple months, our business costs like more between $1,500 and like up to $2,000 a month, depending on the month on average. That's just to keep the doors open on the business. The tools, the dedicated server, the company fees, all the stuff that we pay for every month. So this is more than that. Obviously, it pays for that. But this, for a long time, guys, these checks right here that I'm holding in my hand right now, and here I'll show you all these checks side by side, just so you guys can see them. I'll show you like right here. So these amounts, guys, on these checks that you can see right there, these represented like, this basically became like our salary, because this has been the most consistent pay for the longest period of time. I've been doing this for 8.5 years. So if you look at, we've been getting this since basically the beginning of 2009, and here we are at the end of 2014. Like, these are the longest running and largest checks that we've ever made. And so there's been a certain sense of security and certainty that's been coming with this company. And I wanted to shoot this video for you guys because this amount of money, I respect $2,400, and I realize this can like change your life if I were to just give this to like 99% of the people watching this right now. So I'm not trying to sound ungrateful for this amount of money, but you guys got to realize I have a deposit today entering our bank account for $39,000. And it's the biggest check we've ever made in our whole life. And it's only from 2 months of work. It's actually what I made in the month of, where are we at? We're in the middle. It's October 15th today. We made that money in September. And the money here in October is a lot bigger than 40 grand. And so this isn't bondage anymore. This isn't that I'm tied to this 2,400. And in fact, this is a tiny fraction of what we make now. It's like 5% of it's less than 5% of our household income now. Where it used to be at one point, this was like 90%. And the recent point was like, I don't know, 25, 35% at different moments in the past couple of years here. So it's actually, is that fair to say? 25% is more like recently. This is more like 25% to like 40-ish% over the last couple of years. And so even though this is getting smaller, you guys got, so step into my world. Imagine you have these checks you've been relying on. They used to be your 90% of your income, but you've been getting a demotion every month, more or less, for like 3 or 4 years straight. And you knew you could do something about it, you could work harder, but you knew you're gonna maybe hold it steady, maybe grow by like 50, $100 a month. Now I know to some of you, you'd kill to make an extra $100 a month, but I want you to realize there are way more efficient ways to make money than worried about an extra $100 a month. I'm watching people right now in my team make 4 and 5 figures just in the past month or two per month. So we're talking going from zero in a new stream of income to like 4 and 5 figures per month. And I'm not talking about 2 or 3 people. I'm talking about like dozens of people in my team right now. And so this video has nothing to do with me making more, like 5 figures a week. This month, we're going to be real close to multiple 5 figures per week. And by next month, absolutely, we're going to break 6 figures a month here in November. Just in a few weeks, we'll be breaking 6 figures per month. And to look at how far we've come so fast, it's amazing. But I'm not sharing my numbers with you guys. I'm being totally, like, I'm just showing you guys, like, this, like, what used to mean so much. Because something happened. My wife came in today, and I have chills everywhere. I'm about to start just bawling. That my wife came down the stairs, and she brought these checks that I'm so used to seeing through this. You know, when we usually get these checks here, and I see through the envelopes here, I know exactly what they are, and I know exactly what they've meant to us. And it's probably the equivalent of what you feel when you if you get paid once or twice a month from like a job, if you're blessed enough to be employed right now, because there's a lot of people that aren't employed at all. But when you get those paychecks, you're like, oh, and then you're like, oh God, now we can pay the bills and do all this stuff and whatever you do when you get paid. But you know that day when you make that amount of money and that it's going into your bank and you have that for like a day or two before it's all gone, or maybe a week or two for most of you. And imagine getting that amount of money almost every single day. You know, I was out all day yesterday shooting videos with a couple like ridiculous guys that have made 8 and 9 figures in their life. And they flew out to Colorado to go shoot videos with me in Boulder. And they're like, Jason, we're flying in. We want you to pick us up at the airport, go shoot videos with us all day, and then take us back to the airport, but we need to get your story on video. And I'm like, you got it, dude. These are like my mentors, guys. So we go do that all day, and I get back, and yet my team didn't grow slower or like, oh, where's Jason? We can't get him on the phone. He's not in the Facebook group. He's not in our mastermind group. Nothing to do with all that. My team grew more yesterday than it has ever. It was our record day. And so, and guys, when I'm looking over here, I'm looking at my computer screen because I'm trying to like visualize the team and everything. I'm a visual guy. And so it's amazing that I'm out yesterday, literally not working the business. And I even told the team I'm not going to be around. I'm sorry. I'm going to be gone basically all day. And that I made more money than what you're looking at these 3 checks yesterday, not even working a business, made more than this. And so, I mean, I'm sitting here laughing, probably to like stop from, if I really think of this and what it really means, I'll just break down and like, I'm so grateful for what's happening. And now I am going to cry. I'm so grateful for the things we get to do. I'm so grateful we get to start sending money to my mother-in-law that's been struggling her entire life, lived in poverty her entire more than 6 decades on this earth. I think that's a load of crap, and I don't think anybody should ever have to live with that. Not just my mother-in-law, not just my parents who struggled on and off, done a little better than average throughout their life, but not much better because they don't have anything to show for it. They have no way to retire. Not every person I know, I look at what they're doing and they're living paycheck to paycheck. I live in a really exceptional neighborhood and I look around, everybody's living paycheck to paycheck. It's ridiculous. That's not how you're designed to live life. And so I look at this, I was considering actually burning these up just right here on camera. I think that would be completely disrespectful and stupid because I'm the kind of guy that like I pick pennies up on the street. But I wanted to find a way to just really break your state and realize You don't need to be a slave to a couple $1,000 a month. And it doesn't need to make the difference of like break or, do or die in your life. You can go out and make, so you can literally, do you guys realize my first month doing this, what did we do to our household income? I mean, we did 20 grand our first month in August there. The biggest month we'd ever done with all income streams combined. This company combined when it was rocking. Some other things were rocking, hit a bunch of bonuses. The stars all aligned, and we made $18,000 one month. And it was amazing. It was awesome. We did more than that with just Team Woo Car alone. Just 2 months ago in August. And yes, I worked hard, and yes, I can't promise you can do any of that stuff. Yes, it took hard work. I've been working my tail off, but it doesn't feel really like work when all I do is just help people all day long to make money. And I get paid very, very handsomely for it. And then the next month, we more than doubled that. We made somewhere around, I don't know, you guys may have seen an income thing by now, something around like $44,000 in September. And $39,000 that's going into my bank right now, or maybe 37, I don't know. There was some of the money we didn't get paid the whole amount that month, and it's like going over into October. And October, we've been doing well over 2 grand a day. So, sorry guys, I have some, I had some like hairs or something tangled in my nose, all itching me. So, I just want you to realize you can do amazing things, because it wasn't but 3 months ago we were struggling and literally trying to figure out who the heck I'm going to borrow another $1,000 from, because we weren't able to pay our bills. And we had some good moments here in 2014 here, but we had a lot more lower, our incomes here. So I'm going to put these checks down. So our income's been here, our bills, our debts have been about here overall this year. I even chunked them down a little bit. I think we saved like $400 or $500 monthly, but then there was also some new expenses. So overall, just picture they stay about here. And our income this year is, if you average it all out, has been down here up till the last couple of months. Now, what it's really looked like was like this, where it was like actually lower, and then it jumped up one month and then came down and maybe jumped up another month just a little bit. But overall, we had to borrow money early in 2014 here. And to realize what we were able to do so quickly, it just made all the struggle we've ever been through in our entire life and everything we've ever done, made it all worth it. Big time. And the very best part, so I'm just sharing with you my story. You guys are going to hear my whole story like done in a complete professional presentation. It's amazing what they can do in like a few minutes. So I won't tell you like for an hour here the whole story. But the best part is looking around to the team. And I ran an income report a week or two ago, and I cannot believe how many people on my team are making 4 and 5 figures a month here, and we're just barely getting started. We've barely started to push the on button to make this thing go. You guys are going to see incomes. You're going to see my income just get ridiculous, where your mind will shut off. Who makes 6 figures a month? I never dreamed I would do that. I remember dreaming about making 30 grand a month, and that was like, I stopped believing I could even do it. And now we cracked 44 last month. This month gonna bury that. And we're gonna be doing 6 figures a month by November. And December this year, it's just gonna get ridiculous, guys. You're not even gonna believe me, but we're gonna cross 7 figures a month here in maybe spring, definitely by summer of 2015. Who does that stuff? That's crazy. But the better part is me looking at the team and watching the people that actually have the potential to do more than that. And even, I mean, guys, look at those numbers. Even to be able to do like 10% of that, what it means is I'm gonna have 6-figure monthly income earners on my team. We just got started within the last like, basically 2.5 months, guys. Most people making the most money now, they weren't started on August 5th, which is when I engaged. I started learning about this late July on July 30th. And the weekend of August 2nd and 3rd here in 2014. So most of the people starting to make 4 and 5 figures now, they got in like September. They weren't even in the first month. So it's not at all too late. You have an amazing chance to engage and make some amazing things happen, because we're barely I'll tell you what happens if you choose to engage and go below right now and engage in this thing. What you missed out on was a whole bunch of pain. We've had a system that wasn't where it's supposed to be yet. We're just now getting it up to speed. We've had all kinds of little things we've been dealing with, but now it's a beautiful thing. We have a beautiful system mostly in place. It's not perfect. It's not where we're going to be in a month, but I'll tell you the other thing you missed out on, and this is the bad part, is that we have a lot of top income earners, a lot of leaders. I'm not saying this, guys. I have a #1 income earner in another company, and I'll never say his name. I'll never say the company. Don't even ask me. Nobody knows except for me. And so nobody's ever going to know this person's identity. But I'm telling you, we have people like that. In my team, we have some of the most rock star leaders I've ever seen. And the only thing you're going to miss out on is you reaching out to somebody like that, or even getting them 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 levels deep on your team, because you're sitting there waiting and delaying. You are going to miss out on that because there's only so many top leaders in the whole industry. They are joining. There's one company in particular that every one of you would know if I said it, that more than 50% of all of their top income earners are now engaged with WooCar and what we're doing. There's a reason for that. This isn't a bunch of hype. There's something really special happening. And if you don't know what's happening, reply to this email. I'll get you a video that will educate you. But if you've already seen all this stuff, you're ready to go, and you just needed to see kind of some of the stuff of what's happening, go down, click the link below. Let's rock and roll. I'll get you plugged into our private mastermind. We'll schedule your game plan coaching call. We'll make some things happen for you. So anyway, guys, the main point of this video, I wanted to show you these checks. It's hard to believe Jesus. So here's the checks, guys. This is what they felt like. You see on the back, hold on, let me let it focus. You see on the back that little lock? Like a prison, like we've been locked in prison. That's what these have felt like for a long time, and especially as the prison's getting less and less income over time, it's been like, holy crap, what are we going to do? And I've been doing stuff, and I've had little successes here and there. I've had lots of failures, but now we made it. More importantly, our team is here. Our second family, we've planted our home. We've planted our flag. Everybody's home. We're ready to go. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. I would love to help you bless your family and everybody around you. Because if you guys you guys know what I'm doing for my team. I am giving away a MacBook. I'm giving away an iPad. I'm giving away so many thousands of dollars worth of stuff. It's amazing that we are actually now in a place where I can actually give to the people that are like, we're holding all these contests, we're doing all this awesome stuff. By the way, the contest has nothing to do with you going out and recruiting people. It has everything to do with you plugging in with this push button system, push some buttons, make some things happen, and the buttons go and they turn into credits, and the credits pay you money, basically, is the short way to say it. Be happy to get you more info. I didn't plan to talk about that stuff in this video, but I did. Appreciate you. Get engaged, reply to this email, reply to this video, whatever. Let's lock arms, let's make some things happen. To your ultimate success, God bless, guys.